a natural process in the path of self-realization. So this is specifically for the people committed to enlightenment, to dissolving the self, and to letting go of all the potential cords, attachments that could be entity attachments, previous lives or these lives, relationships that no longer serve them. In my personal process, I had to let go of my actual mother. She almost died, and I was willing for her to die in that moment because I had to learn how to take care of myself. By saying no, if that was going to mean that she had to freak out and all the entities had to come out and all the attachments had to come out, then that's what had to happen. So I was willing for her to, this is going to be quite controversial, but I was willing for her to die for me choosing myself. And she didn't. Probably there was like 2 false alarms, but it was just a test so I could stand and assert myself into I'm choosing myself and the path of realization. And this is just my birth family. I mean, it's not that intense of a bond for me because I remember all my past lives, centuries of past lives. So to me, my birth family in this lifetime is just my friends. It's people that I agreed to come here to help each other to reach the next level of our evolution and support each other in the process. So it's not like, oh, my family. It's just like normal people. And if they're gonna hinder my process, then gotta cut my losses and keep moving. That's how ruthless I was. I was like, I choose myself. And then from that level of me being embodied in that choice, then I got to face all the things that I couldn't see. Because the thing with family is that they imprinted the sanskars that you perhaps are trying to dissolve. You perhaps are trying to heal. So they're going to push all the buttons until you make the decisions that are going to be the actual agreements that you made with them previous of the incarnation. So this is not only family. This works with partners, lovers, marriages, all the contracts. Because besides friendship, I think the biggest of the contracts can be like a marriage. And the two that is like, I like you so much. I enjoy your presence. I think you're pretty. I like the way you look. So let's partner into dissolving the self in this lifetime. Because even if you haven't even talked about that with your romantic partner, that's the main goal in my book. So you can put it with any other symbol, like the babies and the kids and long-term future and creating and even business. But everybody's higher self knows that the highest and most beneficial thing to do is dissolve the self, aka attain full liberation, nirvana, of mind, body. So even friendships, you're gonna lose friendships in the path. You're gonna lose people. If it comes back to you, it's meant to be there. And all my family, even my mom, we have the best relationship now. And she shifted into the version of herself that actually can support where I'm at now by just not even reaching out that much. By her taking care of herself and letting me be my own person. So I had to heal all those patterns of codependency from the lineage. So codependency is demonic. Like I know that sounds really intense, but any codependent attachment is coming from fear. And somebody that's taking energy from you because it doesn't believe that it can be self-sufficient by itself. So what I suggest is interco-creation, because that's when two beings have high energy enough amount of love light to know they're fully supported, but they feel like they don't need to attach to anything or anyone. Attachments are draining. So it's always an energy exchange. If you're accepting attachments in your life, there's a transaction there. Like you're getting something that you believe you cannot give yourself. Can be validation, can be security, false safety, false security, money. It even happens with marriages where there's a lot of abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, things like that. Because it's like, oh, this person is giving me something that I don't believe I can give to myself, so I need to attach to this and I can deal with the entity. And you're not married to just the person, you're married to the soul and the entity attachments that the person has. So if you really want to liberate yourself, these are all tests in purgatory realms for you to say no, thank you, choose yourself. And then when you are in a space that you can hold the frequency for those thought forms to abide in the field without them altering you, touching you, when you have perfected discernment, boundaries, giving, and then retrieving. You need to know how to cleanse your aura, all these things. So when you have perfected that, then yeah, they may be reintegrated in your life, like some of my birth family members did. But the dynamics will never be the same. You're not going to be the same consciousness. They're not going to be the same consciousness. Same with friendships, best friendships, marriages, partnerships. You gotta be willing to let all of that go for you, just for you. It's like some people are not meant to cross those thresholds with you. Some portals open, and not everybody has the karmic merit to pass through that portal. So it's like, are you gonna stay with them in hell or purgatory, or are you gonna keep moving forward? And now it sounds beautifully expressed in a certain way, but I mean, I had to deal with a lot of grief, a lot of crying, a lot of like, it's like somebody dies. The deepest of the attachments, I think, was to my ex partner of 5 years. I mean, the crying, like if somebody had died, and it took me like a year and a half to clear that off, even more. I mean, degrees of that, like, it's because both people die. I mean, you cross that threshold and you abide in the new reality where that part of you that was attached to that, because what dies is not the person, what dies is the programs, the entities that are interacting. But when you no longer need that program, then the other person's soul shifts. So you can never abide in the same configuration of consciousness. You abide in a completely different realm with new beings, new souls, aligned with your state of consciousness and in a higher frequency. And then you can invite your birth family there. Then if you want to still be friends with your ex-partners, you can invite your ex-partners there. But it's going to be different, and you cannot be attached to the outcome. So what's yours is yours, what's theirs is theirs. Have like clear individual boundaries of your guys' karmic imprints and processes. And what's yours will find you. And if not, you're not going to miss it. You're going to be so happy that you decided to let it go, because you're going to be like, oh wow, I did myself and them a favor to not keep us bounded in a level of the evolution where that was a bigger test. So when you choose yourself, you stand as an example of what others can also do. So I know right now it can be really painful, but feel the grief, cry it out, let it go. So whenever you return to that configuration or relationship, it's more pure. The love is there, the unconditional love is there, but no longer the attachment. You can go in and out of connection without the grasping, the clinging, the I need you, or I'm gonna not be able to survive or breathe. And it's all mental, because you don't need anything or anyone. You have the love of God directly for you, but for you to have the openness to receive it, you need to have space, right? So you're not gonna cut the cords with all that no longer serves you. And this is the grief of the separation of you and me forever. Because I'm transitioning. I'm no longer posting full length videos on YouTube. So you're gonna receive just some pieces of it. And for the full length videos, there's gonna be a link to a subscription site. This is apart from the online monastery. Online monastery is my inner circle. It's sacred. It's community. It's more high level, more high rate. But if this is more accessible, I think it's going to be like 97 a month or so, and you can receive access to the full length videos. You're welcome.